No, like I remember when they were talking about things like the face on Mars, and you're like, what? That sounds so kooky. And then you see pictures, and you go, hey man, what is that? Why don't I hear about that in school?
That face on Mars had a lot to do with my career path, actually.
Well, so what is your take on all this? Because one of the things that happened was with the face on Mars is the initial images were very grainy but fascinating, because it did kind of look like a face, but maybe even more remarkable, because sometimes there's faces like in the side of a rock, it looks like a face. More remarkable was the geometric pattern of the base of it. And so I kind of dismissed that when the second images came out. So this is the original image. This is the original image that freaked everybody out. They were like, oh my God, there's a face on Mars. And then they came up with these upgraded images, and I was like, well, that's not a face. It's just weird shadows, and it's probably just a mountain. But man, that's an odd shape.
Or that face has been doctored.
It could be true.
Yeah.
But also, then I looked at it and was like, that shape is interesting. Like it almost looks unnatural. Then the new images from very close to Cydonia that show a very clear square. This one's nuts, because this one is, the minimum size of this thing is 300 meters across, and it's a full-on square. Right angle, right. It's like, what the hell is that?
Nature does not work in 90-degree angles. You're not going to get wind erosion. Wind is called aeolian erosion. Fluvial erosion is water erosion. You're not going to get 90-degree angles from wind or water. So one of the tenets in archaeology, when you see 90-degree angles, there's an intentionality underlying that structure. And this is on Mars. Through Freedom of Information, NASA had to release all of the lunar images up through the Clementine mission. And when they did release them, they ended up pixeling out a whole bunch of stuff. Why in the world would they be pixelating the images that are on there that actually make them look even more obvious than they are? So what you're seeing on Mars is not happening in a vacuum. It's happening, we're seeing the same thing on the lunar surface. We're sending the Viking probes, Viking 1, Viking 2 in the 70s, went to Mars. 19,000 images were captured from the orbiting part of the mission. The other craft landed on the surface. This thing was like a spider, comes down the cloud of dust, and this little tube pops up, and some sticky dental floss stuff shoots out, and then they reel it in to collect dirt and microbes, and they reel it into broth because they're looking for evidence of life on Mars, and it's happening next to massive monuments and geometric structures. So they're looking for microbes and signs of life next to the most massive signs of life that you could imagine.